Welcome to the BizLock's Retro Hour, my corner of the internet. Here we meet together again to go over another show from our youth that made us who and helped develop who we are. If you think, or if you thought we was going to go over Land of the Lost again, you think correctly. And actually, this time around, we're going over an episode that I'm very excited about. The episode is Follow That Dinosaur. This episode was written by Dick Morgan. He did a total of 16 episodes. He did 3 episodes out of season 1, Skyline's album, and this episode here, Follow That Dinosaur. And then he does 13 episodes out of season 2. And speaking of, we got about maybe 4 or 5 episodes and then we're done with season 1. Pretty amazing, don't you think? Where does the time go? But before we go any further, I want to dedicate this episode tonight. Back Saturday, February 14th, I lost a dear uncle. He was the last living uncle that I had. Uncle Eddie. He was a character. He was a man amongst men. I remember as a kid, and what made me think about him is he would watch a couple of episodes. He's watched a couple episodes of Land of the Lost with me as a kid. I think at that point, he was mid-20s, and he'd watch some of the Saturday morning cartoons with us when he would stay the night with his sister, my mom. But yeah, we lost him Saturday, so I am going to dedicate this episode to you, Uncle Eddie. Not sure where you are, but wherever you are, save me a seat when I get up there, or down there, wherever, but this episode's for you, bud. I'm telling you now. But back to the show. This episode, Follow That Dinosaur. This is a good episode. This is a dark episode also. It gives... if you've ever been in a situation to get your hope build up, to build it up and then jerk it away, this is one of those. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to give away the episode, but it's really good. The writer paced it right, he wrote it right, and the characters played it so well. And this episode also gives more timeline feelings with the Land of the Lost. If we remember, in the episode Downstream, where they run into the Confederate soldier who was stuck down there, somehow he fell through a time doorway, and he was stuck down there with him and his cannon. Well, the time doorway struck again. Not going to give it away too much, but it struck again, and we'll discuss this at the end of it. But the connective tissue between this and Ferret Run, there are several elements that stuck with me with this episode when I saw it at first, and in my writing. I look forward to speaking with that at the end of the episode as well. But we're ready to go. I'm ready to get lost. You're ready to get lost. So let's get this thing started. Let's go in, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
Here we go. I do. I didn't realize it was Wesley Ure who sang the song. I knew he did the end credits, but I didn't realize he did the main song. Pretty cool. Talented. Alright, let's get this right here. Volume up. Here we go. Bring it down. Alright. This episode, Follow That Dinosaur. Dick Morgan. Great episode as mentioned earlier. And we will just fast forward through this. Unless we got something to talk about between here. Do we have anything to talk about? No, we got several more episodes left. I did try to contact Wesley Ure because I would love to do an interview with him before the end of the season. Waiting for him to hear back from him. Roar! Okay, here we go. Early morning at High Bluff. Follow that dinosaur, Dick Morgan. Oh, look, got something different here. Got something different here. Whoa. Notice you got that doohickey there. Early morning, High Bluff. Ooh, did somebody set a wake-up call? Choo-choo.
Quick, Will, get the fly swatter.
That's a terrible way to get woken up in the mornings. Terrible way. I would be pissed. He says, no, thank you, man. I'm good.
Looks like we don't need it, son.
I hate your cart. I hate your cart. You're a curtain. I'm good with that.
What a thing to wake up to.
So,
Guys having a nice...
so here's the deal. Okay, we've never seen this before. What we have going on here is they had put a curtain up to keep the bugs out. Bugs and flies. And they made it out of some kind of, looks like bamboo shards and some kind of weed that they found all over the place. Huh.
He's a meat eater. Well, somebody better tell him, Dad. I mean, he's just eaten half our curtain.
I think I know why, Dad.
Why, Holly?
Well, the curtain we hung up is made out of dinosaur nip.
Dinosaur
nip.
Well, that's what
It's
I
like
call
catnip?
it.
Well, why do you call it that?
Well, the other day I saw Spot playing with it, and it reminded me of a cat playing with a catnip mouse.
Well, maybe
Pretty
that
cool
explains
concept.
why he's been so attentive towards us.
Why?
Well, there's so much dinosaur nip around High Bluff here.
Well, if that's the only reason he's coming around, then why don't we pick it all up and throw it in the crevasse? And maybe
Somebody just had a
Grumpy
good
will
idea.
jump right in after it. And then we can all get some sleep.
Holly.
Oh, no, that wasn't really the greatest idea I've thought of.
Oh, no,
Oh, I think it
that was
was.
a great idea. In fact,
So we know what that's going to mean. You know, they're going to spend, looks like probably the rest of the morning gathering up the dinosaur nip and hauling to the crevasse and getting rid of it. So we find ourselves down at the base, pulling up the weeds, gonna haul them out. Will and Holly going through some banter. I believe this banner right here. You know, Dad's even down there helping them get the stuff out. And you know, I'll be perfectly honest. I would be doing that also. I mean, if it kept the T-Rex from coming around there, who wouldn't sign up to get rid of that? I mean, that's a problem solver right there, if you ask me. But Dad's down there helping them and everything to that extent there, so this should be fine.
remember, be careful.
Hey, now, what do you think you're doing? You know you can't carry as much as I can.
I can too.
Oh, come on, it's too heavy. You'll hurt yourself.
I can carry anything you can carry.
Get him, Holly.
You're a girl.
Good observation. Girls can do anything boys can do.
Have it your way.
It's 1972, 74, so
Come
yeah,
on.
it does show its age. If I say something like that to my wife, she'll grab one of those poles and whack me over the head with it. So I know not to talk that way. But she's still carrying it, and she ain't stopping. So kudos to you, Holly.
No. Let's keep going.
Hey, look, Holly, if you're tired, just say so.
No. I rest when you rest. Come on.
Well, I'm not tired.
Oh.
There you go, Holly.
Okay,
Get him.
let's go. Come on.
You got support.
These things sure stink.
Reminds me of kudzu from back in South Carolina. All over the place.
Careful not to fall over the edge.
Don't worry. I don't plan to.
Come on, let's throw these over and get back to the cave. Come on.
Goodbye to the weeds.
Tired?
Only if you are.
Well, I are. Come on, let's rest by those rocks.
Okay.
Sounds like a good idea.
I can
Hush
smell
puppies
those
from
ferns
back in the
here.
days.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Holly,
What?
look!
What do you think it is?
Looks like a man.
A dead
It is a
man.
man. Is he dead?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's quite so.
Hey, it's a dummy!
A dummy?
Who you calling
What's a
dummy?
dummy doing here?
What's important is who put it here. Come on, let's get out of here and take a look at it.
He sure had short legs.
Oh, I think they're knickers.
What are knickers?
They're
Knickers.
pants that came down to here, and they wore socks from here on down. You know, you've seen them in the old movies on TV.
Smells like dinosaur nip.
Yeah, whoever made it must have stuffed him with the ferns. Hey, look, there's something in his pocket.
Good. Look, they had a rendezvous.
Smell the dinosaur nip.
Oh, this reminds me, this also has a perfect scene that I've been waiting for all season. You don't see this too frequently either. I'm excited that when it gets started. Oh, Dad hears this, so Dad comes in here. So now we have a few minutes of them two watching Alice and Grumpy try to make woo to each other, I guess. You know, seems like they're doing their thing. And they're occupied, so they're going to get out of the way, so let them whisper sweet nothings to each other, I guess. I don't know. And so he grabs the dummy and they're heading to High Bluff, leaving them two to do their thing. And they run into their dad. He, said, "What are you doing?" "Running with a dummy." "What dummy?" "The dummy that the dummy has." And so there's the dummy. And so right now they're talking over the plans while them two are discussing things over the crevasse. And they're getting ready to head back to High Bluff and see what they got. And there they go. I do. This is classic, but this is only the start, and we got a commercial break also. So let's go back to them so you can see what's going on.
Listen to this.
I finally managed to teach the little furry monkey people a few words of the Christian language. I call them terrible lizard creatures the Sleestaks, after Major Joshua Sleestak. But them little fellas say Sleestak, or something akin.
Hey, then he must be the one who wrote the warning about the Sleestak on the pillar outside the Lost City.
Them giant thundering beasts won't give us a moment's peace.
Dad, he said us.
There's got to be two of them.
There's some kind of plant the giant beasts like.
He must mean dinosaur nip.
Apparently. Let's see, it goes on here. Harry Potts has been gone for days now.
Harry Potts must be the name of the other guy.
I've taken off me clothes, stuffed them with that funny green stuff them monsters take so much delight in. And I've built me a roaring fire. I'll put me dummy in plain sight by the fire so that those infernal creatures will be thinking it's me. They'll not come close till the fire dies down. And by then, I should be across the crevice and into the cave where the pillars end.
That's the Lost City.
But he'll be buck
Is there any
naked.
more?
It's just a little bit here.
Unless they
I
were
be
underwear.
right, fear not, ye poor suffering stranger, a reading this. I leave ye clues on rocks and on paper, as I have already done in me hand with this. That's it. The other section is missing.
Hey, the other half must be in the Lost City.
Must
Dad?
be.
What do you think it meant when it said Harry Potts has been gone for days now? Gone where?
I don't know, Holly.
Do you think it could have meant Harry Potts escaped from here?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
There's only one
The other
way.
half of the diary in the Lost City.
Yeah, but the Sleestak.
This is their dormant season.
Oh, I thought it was
See,
over.
they're continued. They mentioned
it's
dormant
most of
season
them.
last
I
time.
think we'll be okay.
Again,
Well, then what are we
great
waiting
show
for?
for
Let's get rid of this
74. The
dummy on our
continue
way.
how they
Otherwise, we'll have to
are
fumigate the cave when we
consistent.
get back.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome. Yeah, here's that scene again. They do get their use
Hey,
out of the
Dad,
scene.
look, Grumpy's following us.
Don't worry, he'll stop when he gets to the crevasse. Let's go.
Famous last words. So they're heading on to the Lost City, and then they stop and they see that, excuse me, that Grumpy, he's going to do his own version of the drunk test. If he makes it across the crevasse like that, he's not drunk. You know, he's got to put one foot in front of the other and not fall, and then lo and behold, there they'll take him in because he fell, but he didn't fall off the crevasse, so he's over there home free. There to explore new terrain and to pitch some woo with the little green lizard over here. So, you know, if he's over here and Alice is over here, that means we're going to see a good old-fashioned, almost kaiju fight. You know, we don't see kaiju fights much for anything, but that's what that has to mean. Has to mean. And here we go. What we got going on here? Huh? A stranger in the place. Yep. Hello? Hello? Anybody here? Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. Alice ain't gonna stand for this. Oh, she looks pissy too. Oh, she looks so pissy. Oh, here we go.
Suppose we should introduce them.
I've never seen Alice so mad before.
They're very territorial. Grumpy's invaded her turf.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Classic. I bet they had a great time filming this scene. I bet they did.
He's gonna hurt her!
Of course, he's a T-Rex. Ooh, he looked pissed.
Before we get stepped on.
Okay.
This is so cool.
Come on.
Yep, going to the city. Get in there. Get in there. Oh! Oh, he ain't got time for them. He's got bigger fish to fry. But he'll just try not to get his ass kicked.
They're really going at it.
They'll get tired after a while if they don't kill each other first. I wonder if this is the cave the diary talked about.
If they kill each other first, there's just one problem.
Hey, it's just like the
Beware
one
you
pillar out in the
Sleestak.
jungle.
Yeah, he definitely came this way.
Yeah, look
Come
at
on,
that.
let's see where this tunnel goes.
Come on.
Let's see where it goes, shall we? So they've never been in this tunnel before. So we're going to leave this, let them two fight.
Welcome to Bizlock's Retro News Flash. This is the part of the show where we talk about what's going on with pop culture, with Gen X, with our stuff, you know, the stuff we may be interested in. Tonight, I'm going to talk about a little something different. Not really going to talk about entertainment-wise. I'm going to ask you, for those of you who in the audience are Gen X, what does being Gen X mean to you? To me, it means I was tasked with being responsible early. I remember when me and my brother, he was 9, 10, I was 7. Mom and Dad would go to work. They'd leave us home. You two stay out of trouble. And of course, we wouldn't. We would go outside. We'd go we'd go play. Of course, we'd watch TV at first, but we would go out play with Leon, play with Lorena, play with Joe Boy down the street. We would do what kids do. We'd go around the neighborhood. We'd play. We'd ride our bikes all over the neighborhood and just have a time. We had the responsibility of ourselves. Being Gen X means you watch TV some, but not a lot. Maybe a couple hours in the morning, then boom, you're outside playing. And you're outside playing, and then the sun goes down, and till the street light comes on. And then when the street light comes on, you come down to the house, and you play on the house. And then at that point, mom and dad calls you in, and you go inside, get ready to go to bed or whatever there. Gen X means that you would get your ass whooped if you did something wrong. Whether you go up, climb a tree, I remember this specifically. Go up, climb a tree to look at a bird nest and some eggs, and you touch them. Oh, mom didn't like that at all. We got whooped on that right there. She told us not to. She told us to leave the nest alone, to leave the birds alone. We learned and we didn't do it again. Being a Gen Xer means no cell phone. It means no cordless phone. It means you're used to knowing what's life with only 4 channels on the TV. ABC, CBS, NBC, and the UHF stations. And that's when you flip the switch, and then we would go to either channel 29 or 49. There was no telecable. There was no cable, and I cherish that. And it meant what I would love to do is I'd get in Dad's car and I would just go through the radio stations, AM and FM, and just see, especially at night. At night, you picked up so many more channels on the AM station and the FM. Being Gen Xer means you can ride in the back of the truck, going to either grandma's or going to Uncle John's. Get in the back of the truck, ride in the back of the truck, and not get in any trouble. It means that you didn't have to wear seatbelts. It meant you would have crayons in a coloring book, entertaining yourself on long trips. However, you don't put the crayons in the back area of the window that's right there, especially when you're driving to Florida in the summertime, because the crayons will have a tendency to melt. And if they melt, it's the little carpet back there, and your dad's going to find the crayons melted in the thing, and he's going to be pissed. So let me tell you, don't do that. Don't do that at all. Being Gen Xer means a lot of things. It means we were born in a different time. We grew up a different way. And there's something about that in which you look back at now. I can appreciate a lot of things. One big thing, there was a news anchor called Walter Cronkite. And he would tell you the news. Flat out. Tell you the news. It wouldn't be biased. It wouldn't lean to the left. It wouldn't lean to the right. It would be unbiased. And they would leave it for you as the individual to decipher and figure it out yourself. Nowadays, all of them have sponsors. All of them have a reason to think and tell you their point of view on it so it can attract the right viewers. MSNBC, it attracts these watchers right here, and they watch, and so therefore the sponsors those. CNN, same thing. It attracts these guys, do this right. They're not allowed to think for themselves. The station thinks, spits it out, and you take it at that point of view. I absolutely cannot stand. I don't watch the news because of that. Because they think for me. I'm not a believer in that. Gen Xers know how to think for themselves. Not saying current generations do or don't. I'm just saying that's where we come from. And, Gen Xers could be the big ones that are watching Fox. Could be the ones keeping CNN in business or MSNBC in business. Either way, it's, I'm not doing it. But we come from a generation in which that was delivered to us. So as you look at being whatever generation you are, I know and I remember that is how Gen X, that's how we were raised. That's what we were raised in. That's who shaped the people, the persons that we are now. I'm lucky I got a good 30 years ahead of me, but I know I've got more years behind me that's in front of me. But I could say the world has changed, and I'm not a big fan of it, by no means. I wouldn't mind having a flux capacitor going back about 30, 40 years, 50 years, especially, and just appreciating the world back then. You didn't have everything coming at you to drain your bank account. You didn't have to worry about cable. You didn't have to worry about dozens of credit cards. You didn't, you had layaway. You just had it was such a different world then. And I do miss it. But that's being Gen X. There's just so many things that we know, that we've experienced, in which we see and we appreciate the world for what it is now. I can appreciate things. I could long for things of the past. And I can hope things change for the future. But I'm glad I can remember the past. I'm glad I can remember the elements that made me me. And I'm glad I can remember a world that wasn't as crazy as it is now. But how about you? If you're Gen X, what do you remember? You're millennial? Share with me. What does my audience consist of? Gen Xers, millennials, Gen Alpha? Share with me. Let me know. Let me know. Do you hate Gen Xers? There's some people who absolutely hate us. I think Gen X is the generation that really doesn't give a fuck. Because what does it matter? It's not like it was right now. It's just so out of control. All you can do is just do the best that you can with what you got and make it till tomorrow. But, share with me. Give me your thoughts on that. And we're going to wrap this episode up. It got me longing for the days of old and appreciating that stuff. But share with me, let me know. But we'll see you next week. Hopefully next week there'll be some good news that we can share on this. But we will see you on the other side, and then we'll go with it from there. See you then.
Oh, this is another commercial break. And we're back. So they're going down the caves, and if you remember, the Sleestak are sleeping, so they can go or hibernating or dormant or whatever you call them. So they're not going to have them running around here at this point. It looks like it's a little cool in there. You know, even though Will's got his shirt open down to his belly button, you know. So I don't think a Sleestak needs a bowl to eat out of, nor what looks like a blanket. So looks like they got something marking something there. Let's see what this is.
No, honey. This is a cairn.
A what?
It's a form of a landmark. It's a sign to look here. It means there's something probably underneath.
It's cold here. No, I'm not complaining. It's just fine. Fine.
Build a fire.
Hey, look. Look, Dad.
It's the other half of the diary. Well, there's a map here and
What does it say?
more writing. I've finally found...
So just think about it. I mean, okay, this is a show. This is pretend. But where you're following the trail of somebody who'd been there a long time ago and just, telling stories and kind of guiding you through almost like a map, maybe. Let's go back 10 seconds and we'll start back over with it.
It's the other half of the diary. Well, there's a map here and
What does it say?
more writing. I've finally found Harry Potts' trail.
Hope you found the trail.
He come here, but he not come out.
Didn't come out.
I can feel it in me bones.
You can feel it
There's
in
a
his
hole
bones.
down there among them dead lizard men.
I love the
Must mean
language
the
he's
dormant
using.
Sleestak.
That hole leads straight back to New England.
New England.
Harry Potts went in that hole, and he went home. Take heart, stranger. I leave you this map. I go to follow my best chum, Harry Potts.
Dad, do you think he got out?
Well, I don't know, Will, but he certainly didn't come back here.
Well, where's the map
Certainly
say the hole
didn't.
is?
Let me check here. Wait a minute. Looks like we're supposed to go this way.
Looks
Do you think
like
it's
you're
the way
supposed to go
out
that way.
Well, I don't know, Holly, but let's find out.
You're gonna find out, and they sound happy about it. And meanwhile, at the wrestling rink, Alice is kind of showing him a thing or two. And look at what we got here. Yes, they do look a little bit dormant to me as well. And I love what they do here. So, wait a second. You got 3 here, just standing there minding their own business. And here they go again. I think he's getting ready to knock one of these things over. Yeah, he's gonna. Oh, 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 that's gotta hurt. That's gotta. Ow. And here's 3 more. So we've got a total of 6. But have you ever seen that thing where you can't see them in the same place at the same time? That's kind of what I'm getting here. I still think they're the same 3, but just at different positions. Knowing how they did production back then. Still would freak me out. And this looks like Enix Cave. Granted, for production, it is. Phoenix Cave, but it's another cave reused for something else. Oops, looks like they found a hole. But they got to go through that hole. So let's see if they have to. Stand by.
Come on.
I'm not a spelunker. I'd say nope. But I guess with the option of going home, I guess I wouldn't have much of a choice, would I?
Pit.
This sure doesn't look like the way home.
No, it sure doesn't, honey.
Oh, Daddy!
Uh-oh. Looks like they didn't find a way home.
Neither one of them made it. It's okay, honey. It's all right.
It's the rest of the diary.
Uh-oh.
What does it say?
Rumble,
Wait
rumble?
a minute. I don't like this. That lava's beginning to rise.
Hey, do you think it'll get this high?
I don't think so, Will. Doesn't look like it's done it in the past. It's getting a lot warmer, though.
Feels pretty good.
Sleestak!
This is probably what brings them out of their dormant season.
Uh-oh.
Come on, we've got to get out of here. Hurry!
Time to get the hell out of Dodge.
Come on, Will.
Go!
Hurry!
Run! Run away! Run!
Move! Quick! No, this way! Quick!
That way. Go, 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 go.
Come on! Quick! Come on, faster, Ollie! Come on!
Talk about your timing. Got 3 of them here. I wonder if they brush their teeth. Do they have bad
They're
breath?
waking up! Move! Quick! Come on!
And you got
move.
3 more here. Unless it's the same 3 that have just been re-webbed up.
Hurry! Come on, Ollie, hurry!
I would love to do a cosplay of a Sleestak. And they're still at it again. Nobody's dead yet.
We're gonna get killed out there!
Looks like they're trying to do the tango. The Triassic tango.
Will, you still have the crystals?
Yeah, Dad.
On the count of 3, we'll throw them together. 1, 2, 3.
Good call. Yep, we're distracted enough. I'm just gonna go. Each one of them's gonna go and lick their wound and be done with it.
Dad, we didn't read the last half of the journal yet.
I know. Dear, poor, unfortunate stranger.
I'm not gonna interrupt this one. I'm gonna
If
let
ye
this
be
play.
reading this by now, ye know this is not the way out of this miserable, God-forsaken land. Go back. Leave these crawly caves. The Sleestak awaken when the devil's cauldron bubbles up. I've stayed too long. They are awaiting for me to come out. Wherever me chum Harry Potts is, in heaven or hell,
They said
I'm
hell.
hoping that he'll put in a good word for me when I get there. At least, I'll be out of here.
Mm.
Peter Koenig, a private in General Washington's Revolutionary Army.
Damn.
Okay. Again, excellent episode. I enjoyed watching that one. That brought me back many memories of, especially when they said hell. You don't run into that for too many Saturday morning shows, but they did it. That went past editors. That went past the studio when they let that happen, because that was a story. that could be said in front of kids, and it could be at the way it was delivered. They were good with that. But anyhow, what? Bottom line of this, building up their hope. They found another human had been there. They found who did the Beware Sleestak. And they found the dummy with the knickers, and they found the diary. So they search for it. And they're able to read it. They're able to follow the clues. And each time they find a new piece, they get more and more excited that they're going home. And then when it gets to the point, take it away from them. Denied. You're not going home. You're trapped here. They probably spent some time mourning in there, but the lava went up and they had the realization that the heat is what wakes up the Sleestak. So they were out of there just in time. But man, I mean, talk about having the rug pulled out from you. That's a great thing, but it's like with this, I use this element with Ferret Run. The human, through elements of the collider, and again, not going to give too many details because I'm not going to give away the story in my book, but through the incidents that happens there, the human finds herself there, trapped in this world. No immediate way home. And I can tell you, first book, no immediate way home. Second book, they're just trying to get out of the city and get out on their own. I'll tell you that much. Third book, will she make it home? I don't know. Probably not. I haven't gotten that far ahead yet, but I'm not planning on that happening. But she's going to find herself trapped there. Now, I have written ways for her to get out. We just have to see if it comes through on there. But being trapped in a situation, dire situation for this family right here, can't escape. That is a trope that I know has been used many a times. Have we seen that in recent stories that are told? I can't think of too many on the top of my head. I remember a couple of 70s shows. Fantastic Journey from the 70s. Get trapped in the Bermuda Triangle. No Way Home. I'm Lost. Back in early 2000s. They find themselves in wherever they are. Spend some of the seasons trapped there. Can't get out. So it is a trope, and it is used, and it's a very good method. You know, I've got another story, different, same universe, different characters, different set of story that I'm working on right now. That's going to be a series of books down the road. Once I get through Ferret Run, book or two in Ferret Run, get Hard Space done, I've got this other book coming up. So it's a great trope, and I'm using that trope with them. Is this with Ferret One, but this is more deliberate, and this is more the story that I'm working on here is more deliberate on that. But that's a great trope to write off of. A great adventure could be written off of that. I mean, you can look at Chronicles of Narnia. You know, apparently they don't get stuck in there, but they use the open the thing and boom, there you go. Alice in Wonderland, Land of the Lost. So the tropes are out there. Very good trope. But that's going to end it for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the episode. This is one that I really enjoyed. And it's like, I hope this inspires you to maybe watch it on your own without my narration, or enjoy watching it with my narration. I welcome you to do that. For those of you who are new or just now watching, you're more than welcome to watch this. I've got several other episodes down the line. You're more than welcome. Subscribe, like, leave comments. I'll be glad to interact with you. If you notice, I put a video up with the full Bizlock's Retro. Yeah, Bizlock knows. A little side story on that. Of course, I can't play an instrument. But Suno is the site in which I was able to create it. It's like I want an 80s feel. I want a Stan Bush, The Touch, Battlestar Galactica, and just several other things. I just want to pull it together and show me what you can do. And it gave me the music. And then I came up with some words to put in there, reference to, what we do here. And it gave that. And I really, if you take the words out, I love the music. I love the pacing of it. I love the speed of it. I love the guitar riffs. And I would love to create a music video of the characters as a band doing that song. That's a goal. I'm going to do that one of these days. But hope you guys enjoy that. I enjoyed sharing it with you. But again, welcome to Bizlock's Retro Hour. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Gonna be perfectly honest with you. Next week, we have services for my Uncle Eddie. I'm gonna be out of town. I'm going to be there with my family, paying respect to his memories. So chances are you're not gonna get an episode next week, but the week after I will definitely give us an episode. Definitely. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. You guys take care of yourself. Be safe. Be good to one another. And we'll see y'all next time. Take care.
Somewhere between static and memory, there's a signal still broadcasting. This is where the past still talks back. Turn the dial back, let the noise fade out. Old worlds hum when the lights go down. From lost cities to yesterday's glow. If it mattered once, Bizlock knows. Turn the dial back, don't rush the past. Some stories weren't built to last fast. From Saturday dreams to